It is time for the biggest episode we have had in the Baylor Dynasty up until this point. It is Big 12 title time. And not only that, in this episode we'll be covering everything that happens the remainder of the way. Playoffs are very much possible at number 4 in the nation. Win or lose, Baylor could be heading to the playoffs. Obviously, though, the difference being, if we win this game, automatic first round bye. If not, we could be traveling somewhere or hosting a first round game. So a lot is on the line. SMU, Baylor, Big 12 title, and we are kicking things off at SMU on offense. Last time Baylor lost a game was against SMU. Ever since that game, Baylor's been on fire with a 5-game win streak to get themselves a 10-2 as the game starts off with Jackson Lavender for a first down as they hand it off, and Emmanuel Pacheco for the first down past midfield. Now going to be Kevin Rambo throwing outside. That's going to be caught for the first down on the bubble. That's Lavender once more, getting him involved. This team has 4 different wide receivers who get the football and get it a lot as they love to throw the ball up and down the field as they flip one out, and that's Richard Corbin, touchdown SMU. They put up 42 points last time against this Baylor team, and they already got 7 as now the offense. DJ Lagway, he came to Baylor to compete, and it's up to him to make it happen, but he's getting sacked here. And now second down, blitz off the edge, throwing outside. That's going to be caught for Josh Beckett, setting up a 3rd down and 9. Lagway, pressure gets in, he's going to roll left. He's going to move and go for the first down marker, and he's got it. As now Lagway in enemy territory, floating one underneath. That's going to be caught. Alejandro Easy turning upfield, and he's at the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 2 now. Handoff Beckett. He's going to cut it inside. 1st down and into the red zone. Baylor goes with the play action. Lagway on the run, looking, and he's going to toss one to a wide open Tank Cherry. Touchdown Baylor. Tie game 7-7. Kevin Rambo back out there, and the pass is going to be caught in traffic. And now screen set up. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be Richard Corbin breaking tackles, and Corbin is going to be going for the first down now at the 40-yard line, and pressure gets in, but Rambo delivers. And you got 4 good receivers, both these teams loaded with weapons, and a quarterback who's able to deliver. Broken tackle, and there's Pacheco. What a grab and run. Backup running back checks in, and Henry takes the carry. Touchdown. And a lot like last time, Baylor has watched this team go down the field and score on their first 2 drives, is now taking a shot on the first play. Diving grab, Alejandro Easy. Already set up in great field position. Handoff, Beckett on the outside. He's got the speed to get to the edge and get the first down, and now dropping to throw it. Lagway gonna go underneath, wide open man caught. That's gonna be a 9-yard gain. Now getting it to a 1-yard to go situation, and Beckett's going to convert. First down at the red zone. Now we go play action. A rare snap for LeBeau Wentworth. He leaks out of the backfield. He's wide open, and Wentworth gets it inside the 5-yard line. They weren't expecting that. Now handoff. Augustine punches it in. 4 drives, 4 touchdowns for these 2 teams, and these teams have come to play on offense. Finally, a chance to get off the field. Rambo to throw, and he's going to test one over the middle, but there were guys in the area, and it's broken up. Baylor gets great field position. Play action as some of the running backs on this team are banged up, throwing on the run. 2 guys are there, and it hits off one of them, causes a 3rd down. Lagway, he's going to take a shot. Dave, guys in the area, offense and defense going up for the football. It's incomplete, so back-to-back punts for these 2 teams. But Baylor has a little bit of an issue. Beckett and Augustine, both a little banged up, not going to be ruled out, but they are definitely not 100% right now, and that's going to cause LeBeau Wentworth and why he got a couple of snaps there, as Rambo's going to run for the first down, but Baylor's run game could be neutralized. It's already difficult enough to run the football, but when your 2 top backs are banged up, it's going to be difficult. So Lagway, it's going to be more on his shoulders, as now Pacheco juking to the outside, can't go anywhere, loses 2. It's now 3rd down and long. Rambo just throws a short little pass, only a gain of 3, not really in position to go for it. Too long for a field goal. They punt the football away, and look at Lagway going for Tank Cherry, and Cherry's got it past the 35. That's the type of play that makes you believe you can score some points before the half, but look at the blocking breakdown. 3 guys chasing Lagway. He sees an open man, and he gets it to him. What a play from Lagway, getting it to J.D. Gibbs. No one blocked for him, but Lagway just so hard to bring down. LeBeau Wentworth with a carry. That's going to be a first down. Now inside the red zone, under a minute to go. That's going to be a little screen setup, getting him close to third down and inches. Handoff. This is going to be Sharif Ivory, and we're just going deep into our bag for any running back who can carry the football. Lagway going to run it. He's trying to escape once more. He turns it up the sidelines, gets it to the 1-yard line. Second down and goal, and a wide open Tank Cherry, second touchdown, and Baylor goes into the half with the football, with the lead, and now they're going to have a chance to get a 2-score lead. Beckett back into the game, and they're going to go triple option. He's got a little bit of time to rest from the halftime break, and he at least looks a little bit faster as he gets it to midfield. Now third down and 5. Lagway going to keep it, turn it upfield, and now 4th and 3, kind of stuck in that no man's land. You're going to go for it as Lagway floats one, pressure got in, and it's intercepted, and that's a mistake. The pressure got in. You didn't expect the all-out blitz, and Baylor pays for it as now Pacheco up the middle. Baylor wanted to go for the kill shot and make sure that by the time that SMU touched the football, it'd be a 2-score deficit. It didn't work, and now SMU threatening to tie this game up the seam. Touchdown, SMU, and it's a tie, 21-21 game. Baylor got to do something on offense now if they're going to want to respond and not let SMU carry the momentum the rest of this game, as now floating one deep, and it's going to be up in the air, broken up. Third down and 12. Lagway looking, and the pressure gets in again. He gets hit before he can get the ball up. SMU has it, and now off a scoring drive, they got the ball in great field position. 45-yard line, handing it off, and there goes Henry, and they're getting 2 backs involved today as they're going to go to Henry once more, but he gets stopped. 4th and 1. SMU going to take the conservative approach, and they're going to punt it away, and look at the pressure getting it immediately. Lagway nowhere to go. Third down and long, he's rolling, and he's just going to float one, and it's going to sail out of bounds. Now they're going to play the field position game perfectly. SMU punting that football really backed us up, and by the time they're fielding this kick, they're going to be in enemy territory, but in one move, one cut, and he's going to take it all the way to the special teams touchdown for SMU, and Baylor now down by 7, and maybe got to get some quicker passes. They got a banged up backfield and an offensive line that just can't contain this SMU D-line. Lagway running for his life. First down, and he's got it to 3rd and 5. Baylor was content running the football there, maybe 4 down territory, and gets the first down, so they don't got to worry about it. Now Lagway throwing, floating one for Tyree Dobbins, and he's got it. Dobbins turning upfield. He's got it inside the 30-yard line, and now Lagway dropping back the extra blocker, the fullback in, but Lagway's going to run it. He breaks through a tackle, gets it to the 15-yard line. Lagway with the blitz sent in, free rusher. He delivers in the face of pressure. Touchdown, and that's J.D. Gibbs for the tie. We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tight 28-28 game, and the pass over the head of the receiver is going to give Baylor the football back with a chance to take the lead. Floating one, Dave, he's going to take the shot, and it's going to be incomplete. Dobbins one-on-one. Now 2nd down and 10. Lagway floating one for Tank Cherry. Perfect ball over the defender, and he gets him to the 30-yard line. Now in field goal range. 2 guys open. He's going to take Alejandro easy and get it inside the 20-yard line. Now blitz sent in again, and this time Lagway beats the blitz again, and it's Tank Cherry. Touchdown number 3 for Cherry. SMU's offense has really slowed down a little in the second half. The punt return touchdown was a massive deal, and now they still got it in a 7-point game in the 4th quarter. Rambo read option. He's going to go up ahead for the first down and get knocked down at the 45. Now at midfield, 2nd down and 5. Rambo clean pocket. He's got time, and he's got an open man. Caught for the first down, and he's going to try to break some tackles, but can't go anywhere else. Now play action, and everybody's rushing in, and it's a sack. Now backed up in 2nd and 22. Rambo are just going to allow the underneath play, but it's going to get him a lot more yards and a first down. And 3rd down and 5 now. Rambo trying to convert. He's got an open man. First down and goal now. We then jump to 2nd and goal after the incompletion, and it's going to be Henry getting it inside the 5-yard line. Now 3rd and goal, trying to tie it up. 3 minutes to play. Trying to get to the back of the end zone. Quintana got a hand on it. It's 4th and goal. Game on the line potentially. As Rambo's looking, he can't get anybody open. It's a sack. Baylor takes over, and if Baylor can go on a couple of first downs, he can win this game. J.D. Gibbs going to set us up 3rd down and 1. Handoff. It's going to be up and through for Beckett. First down. Under 2 to go. Timeouts are being used. 2nd down's going to turn to 3rd down, and the first down can end this one. It's going to be play action. Lagway's looking to run. He's got 2 guys chasing him, but he's just a little bit faster. Lagway first down, and Baylor Baylor has won the Big 12 title in dramatic fashion. A defensive stand at the end, getting the first down, and Baylor is taking home the Big 12, and they are going to be heading to a playoff berth and a first-round bye. And what a game. These two teams had two great battles this season, and the offenses were on display in that first half. But in the second half, the difference was Baylor's offense didn't slow down nearly as much as the SMU offense. They didn't have a punt and return touchdown to help them out like SMU did. They just had to go out there and score they did. Tank Cherry's 3 touchdowns, I think, would give him the MVP of the game for me. It only makes 2 more guys want to join this Baylor team, and we got awards to look over real quick. As the Heisman, we got a Florida State quarterback, but we got some awards ourselves. How about the best tight end in the nation? Tank Cherry, well-deserved honor for Tank Cherry, almost 1,000 yards. And the best DB, Logan Itersog, gets 8 interceptions and racking up tackles from the nickel. Baylor, first round bye, the number 3 seed. We sit at home and await to see who our Sugar Bowl opponents are going to be. And we will be taking on Colorado, Coach Deion Sanders, and Baylor will be going at it. Welcome to the college football playoffs, Baylor. This is the biggest game in program history. Baylor has only ever won one major BCS bowl game in its program's history. That was a couple years back when they took down Matt Corral and Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl. Now they find themselves in the Sugar Bowl, but this time it's a whole different landscape in the world of college football because this isn't just a BCS bowl game. This is a chance to take a step to the Final Four and a shot at a national championship spot. Baylor, Colorado. Baylor has the football first, so they're going to start through the air. Tank Cherry, who had a massive game last week, best tight end winner, and he doesn't go down. And Tank Cherry trying to chase that 1,000-yard mark, and Baylor's going to help him do it. He is the matchup nightmare for this team. 3rd down and 5. It's going to be a free rusher off the edge, but he missed the sack, and Lagway with an evasion. He might have missed the sack, but he's chasing him down. He's going to get the tackle, but that is not the result he wanted on that play. Lagway for the first down. Now flowing one. That's going to be caught. Tyree Dobbins inside the red zone, and Baylor trying to start things off with an opening drive touchdown. He's going to flow one outside and complete. And that's going to be a field goal try. Kick is good, but a nice 3-0 start. Colorado quarterback Ryan Staub will set up a screen, and it's going to be caught. Cordero Russell. This team has 4 wide receivers that they can go to, so Baylor's had some good practice in their games against SMU for a pass-happy team, as they're going to run it for the first down. Now going to try to go read option. Staub gets blown up, and now 3rd down and 7. He's going to go to the air, and now with all these receivers in the pattern, none of them can get past the sticks. 4th and inches. Baylor takes over, and Lagway's going to go with the play action. Crossing pattern, and he's got it to J.D. Gibbs. Good ball placement, and now Augustine. Both these running backs are, fully at 100% now. We're going to have a little bit more of a ground game, hopefully. And now Beckett going to go ahead for the first down. Nice patience, and he's going to get it past midfield now. 2nd down and 4. Lagway going to step up, and he's going to break through, and he just shrugs off arm tackles, and now at the 40-yard line. Lagway scanning the middle of the field, and he finds a diving Alejandro Easy, and 2nd down is going to be brought down. 3rd and 12, 30-yard line. Lagway, he's got an open man, he's floating it, and that's a wide open Josh Beckett on the wheel route. The linebacker couldn't come over in time. It's a 30-yard touchdown, and Baylor 10-0 early in this one, as Michael Welch is going to get a 9-yard gain. Now 3rd down and 1. They go to Welch again. He slips through and gets it to the 29-yard line. Now we jump to 3rd down and 5. Staub got everyone on a pattern spreading the field. He's going to fire one over the middle. Caught for the first down. Now past the 40. Play action. Staub did a deep drop. All the people going deep, and just no one open. They wanted the shot play, and he's going to get sacked instead. So now 21 yards to go. He's going to help himself out a little bit, but it is 3rd down and 13. Staub, he's getting sacked, and now Baylor from their own 10-yard line, handoff Beckett. He's going to hit a spin move. Josh Beckett up the sidelines. Beckett, he's got the speed, and Josh Beckett, are you serious? 90 yards. Touchdown, Baylor. 2 touchdowns. catches in this one for Beckett back-to-back. He goes for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Baylor suddenly, it's 17-0 and stopping the offense. I mean, what do you do now as they're going to flip one out? That's going to be a receiver cutting upfield, going back the other way, and Draylon Miller has got the first 40-yard line. Screen set up, and he's sacked again. And now Baylor backed up, but they do not care. They're going to be comfortable with their 17-0 lead. Lagway with some adjustments at the line. He makes him jump. He's got a free play, and Lagway's going to take a shot for Dobbins. And Dobbins reaches up and grabs it, and he's got the free play. And it's a 50-yard gain. How is everything going the way of Baylor in this one? One play later, and he's got it open. Alejandro Easy. It's 24-0. What is going on here? Is now play action and stop up the seam. It's going to be caught for Welch, the running back, midfield now. 3rd down and 1 suddenly, and they're going to get the first down. Now in field goal range, you need to get some points on the board, and they're going to float one deep. That's going to be intercepted. LeVar Thornton in Colorado, a first half from hell right now. Offense back out from their own 4-yard line. Handoff Beckett, and he's going to get a block. And Josh Beckett, no way, he's going to do it again. Beckett, he's got speed, and now he's down the right sidelines. Are you serious? 2 90-plus yard touchdowns, crown them, because Baylor is going to run away with the first half, 31-0. And now Colorado, I mean, big play for them, but what do you do in this situation? The 2 longest runs Baylor has had all season, the 2 longest plays Baylor's had all season, they've come on drives in the first half alone. Colorado finally building something. The first half's going to come to an end with a Colorado touchdown. They do get the football to start. Baylor's got a Hail Mary to end the half and maybe get another miracle out of them, because 2 90-plus yard touchdowns just wasn't enough. Incomplete. But Colorado, it's not quite over if they can go 2 for 1 with the end of half touchdown and get one here, but they're getting sacked. 3rd down at Colorado. You never needed it so badly, and they're going to take the shot over the middle. That's going to be caught on the run, and Casillas chasing him down. Assad was seen for the first, and now in the red zone. Staub is going to move on the run. Got it for the touchdown. And hold on, we might not be done yet. 2-point conversion is good, and maybe we're not done quite yet, as Baylor got the ball now, and they're going to see if they could do something with it, as the momentum maybe flipped a little bit towards Colorado's favor, as that's going to be Tyree Dobbins moving the chains. He hangs on. 3rd down and 5. Now screen set up, and Beckett just can't hang on. And now Colorado with the football. It is a 2-score game, but they're going to throw an interception, and Baylor has got LeVar Thornton with his 2nd of the game. And Baylor takes the momentum right back. Lagway flips it out. Beckett, this is your day today, as he's going to get the first down. He's over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and now throwing over the middle. That's going to be caught for Dobbins. It seems like Dobbins unlocks something special whenever we throw over the middle of the field with him. 4th down, and the field goal try is going to be good. So now we have re-extended it back to a 3-score game. And Colorado, I mean, you're running out of time. You got to score probably on this drive at this point. I don't know how much more you can really afford to lose, but Colorado's going to go to 4th down, and they're going to punt the football away. So, I mean, maybe you were playing 4-down territory. They're trying to get a closer 4th down try. They didn't get it. Now, Baylor, they're just going to run some clock, and they're going to get a false start and some jumpiness on both sides, as they've been really excited about this one. This is a big game for both these programs, and now Colorado out of good situation, but Baylor gets them to 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. Josh Beckett right up the middle, and everything going Josh Beckett's way. 2nd down and 7. It's Lagway going to run right into alignment, and he's just not out of the way. It's a sack. 3rd down and 17, just going to set up the screen, keep the ball moving, keep the clock moving, and no field goal range, but Baylor's going to take a little bit more time. It's 4th quarter, so now you really need to play a perfect game. No more punts, no more turnovers can be afforded here, as Staub's going to go to the air. It's pretty much just throwing the football from here on out. You got no reason to run it, and Baylor play action, blitz sent in, and they're going to beat the blitz with a pass over the middle caught, and they're getting closer to cutting this to a 2-score game, and they got one there. there. Broken tackle, and there he goes. Touchdown. Cordell Russell and Baylor. Okay, it's a 12-point game, and they're getting stopped now. Third down. Are they going to give the football back? Colorado on defense, they're tightening up a little bit, and Baylor's going to put the football away, and hold on just a second. Baylor cannot allow this comeback. They were up 31-0. They're still pretty comfortably ahead. It's fourth down, and now Staub, you got to convert. Outside, incomplete, and Baylor are going to get a little bit more serious now. You don't want to leave Colorado a chance. Lagway stops, throws, caught, Dobbins, and that's going to be inside the 10-yard line. And in 2 plays, first to Dobbins, and now Alejandro Easy, his second touchdown. Baylor 41-22, and you can have all the big plays you want. I don't think you're making a comeback down 3 scores with 4 minutes to play. Play action for Staub over the middle. That's going to be caught, and he's going to be racking up these passing yards, but a fumble's going to put an end to this one, and Logan Intersocket picks it up. Baylor runs the clock, and a playoff victory for Baylor. 41-22, a 31-0 start in the first half, and what a playoff victory. This was everything you could have wanted from Baylor, as they showed that they could be taken seriously on the national stage. And now we look to the Final Four for Baylor. What a game from Josh Beckett. I mean, that's the best game you're probably ever going to see Beckett have. 2 90-plus yard touchdowns. That's an anomaly. You're never going to see that again. And Baylor, I mean, you want to prove that you deserve to go to a national championship. Well, how about taking on the best team that the nation has to offer, basically? How about Oregon? Baylor versus Oregon in the semifinals. It's going to be an absolute war. Well, how much bigger does it really get than this? A trip to the national championship on the line. We are here in the Orange Bowl. Baylor versus Oregon, and it is going to be probably the most difficult game we have had in this dynasty. We have taken on some of the best that the nation has to offer. We went to war with Dylan Raiola and Arch Manning. We have fought Colorado, SMU, Oklahoma, but we have not taken on a team quite like Oregon. And it's now a trip to the national championship on the line. Baylor, Oregon, and we will see DJ Lagway to start things off. These two teams put up exactly 41 points last week in both of their victories, and now they take on one another. And even though the offenses were shining last week, it's the defenses of both these teams that are really devastating, as Baylor forces turnovers at a high rate, and Oregon, they also do that as well. These are the 2 top teams when it comes to turnovers, as Lagway is rolling and running for his life, and it is not going to be good for this offensive line that has struggled throughout this season, as it's going to be almost intercepted. Oregon, unbelievable wide receiver talent. About 2 wide receivers that are a 92 and a 95 overall, and they're going to get it to McClellan on the first play, and there's Jeremiah McClellan. Quarterback is Austin Novosad, and not only that, they have the best freshman in the nation, that is Max Mon, who has been a absolute missing piece for this offense, and they're going to hand the football off to another running back, Miguel Machado. You see both of these guys get carries in this one. Oregon has a deep bag of playmakers, and they got it at the 10-yard line already, and they're going to sweep one outside, and he's going to get stopped. Second down and 12, turns to 3rd and 10. Novosad looking. He's got elite receivers everywhere, but no one's open, and they only sent 3, but Baylor, look at the coverage, holding up, intercepted, Trey Bender, and that is some of the best coverage you will see, and that's what I talked about with these defenses. They force turnovers at a high level. Both of these teams, about 30 turnovers forced this season, and Lagway misses the tank cherry there. Now 3rd down, the pass rush getting in. Outside, Lagway going to throw on the run. That's a great ball, but in traffic, incomplete. Defense is really stepping up in this one. Max Mon, big lane opened up 9 yards, close to a first down. They're going to keep it on the ground. This team with a deep bag of rushing threats. They got it to the 30-yard line. Now Novosad to the air, and you got to wonder when and these great receivers are going to get involved more often, as now Novosad, he can run the ball too. I mean, they got so many talented players on this team, as now Novosad in the red zone. They're going to float one over the head of the receiver. Field goal is going to be up and good. Baylor's coverage held up nicely. The run defense got to get a little bit better, but it's at least manageable. The offense, though, they just got to do something against one of the best defenses in the nation. And free rusher hitting Lagway. Third down. Lagway looking to throw again. He's hit again, and he just can't do anything. I mean, the offensive line, we knew that's Baylor's weakness on offense, but they got to hold up a little bit better, as they're going to go to another handoff. This is Machado for the first down. And now back to play action, and there's the defense for Baylor stepping up. Third down and long. Novosad is going to look and miss his man, so both quarterbacks having some misses too, and these are two really good quarterbacks, both Novosad and Lagway. They're here for a reason. They're really good players, but man, the pressure, the hits, the bad situations really getting to him. But two straight first downs. Lagway trying to put together his best drive so far. He's going to step up, he's going to float one, and that's great ball placement, as you're going to give your guy a chance to box him out. JD Gibbs is good at that, but not anything there. Third down and long, and all across the board, it is just locked up, and Baylor's going to have to punt the football away. This is not going to be a high-scoring one. You just got to hope you can get a couple of turnovers. Baylor's got one so far. You got to protect the football and maybe make a special teams type of play, as that's going to maybe be the difference. Baylor allowing a first down, as now Lagway's going to have to just sit and watch his defense get shredded by Max Mon. And now third down and one, tossing it out to Mon. He's got the first at the 30-yard line. Now second down and 10, going back to the ground game, and there's the defense stuffing him. Third down and 12. It's going to be Novosad looking. He's got the clean pocket, and there's a flag down, and this one is going to be coming back. So Baylor catches a break, holding, and now it's third and 22. Can you keep him out of field goal range? As Novosad, he's going to get hit, but he delivers, and that's definitely going to put this in a dire situation. Kick on the way, and they do drill it. So Baylor was hoping to maybe not allow 3 there at that penalty. They do, and then look at that, trucking a man. That's Tyree Dobbins. You don't see that from Dobbins, but Baylor is trying to play angry on offense. They got a first down from Lagway sliding down. This has just been a defensive first half for both schools. Throwing the run in between 3 defenders all over Lagway. He was just surrounded by pass rushers, but what a throw. Lagway getting sacked now. Third down and long. Lagway, you at least could get a field goal here, but you're going to get the first down. Tang Cherry hangs on. It's now 15 yards to go. Floating one open, and he just missed Tang Cherry. Third down with under a minute to play in the first half. Now he's going to go to Cherry again. This time he's got it, and they're inside the 5. 20 seconds to play. They're going to go with the power package and throw it, and it's very rare to see that. Baylor throwing from the power package, and it fooled them. Tang Cherry touchdown, and we could be going into half with a 7-6 lead. Novosad, that's exactly what we're getting. Sack, and Oregon has the ball to start the second half. Max Mon gonna cut up the middle, and it's gonna be third and short, and you see Alexander Durant goes down, but Baylor gonna play without Durant for the time being. And it's going to be unfortunate to see if we can't come back, how bad it's going to be, and how bad it's going to be on the offensive line. We're already losing on the trenches on one side of the ball. We can't be losing on the other. Open, Tang Cherry, and he missed it. And the pressure has just been rattling both these quarterbacks. Max Mon is going to get the first down, and I have bad news to report. Alexander Durant is not going to return for this game, and now we got to play without one of our best interior guys, our best defender on the D-line as a whole, and he's going to be gone for the rest of this one. You can see as soon as he is gone, they're going to be attacking the middle. Mon, touchdown, and Oregon smartly just punches things in. Touchdown now, 2-point conversion is not going to make it a 7-point game. It is 12-7. Baylor, you got to do something on offense now that your defense is wounded. Fourth down, and you're going for it. Baylor has lived and died by this, and they're going to try it again, and Oregon stops them. Baylor converts 70% of their fourth downs this year, and they have not been shy about going for it, but it backfires there. Now they need to stop badly, and they're going to get them down to a third and long. Novosad, you need to force a field goal here, and he's going to just float one out the back of the end zone. Both these quarterbacks have been told, like, hey, this is one of these types of games. You can't put the ball in harm's way. Novosad already threw a pick. Now it's 15-7. It's still a one-score game. Beckett Finally a first down on the ground from one of these running backs. It's just been so rough, and they're going to go throw one, and that's Tank Cherry for the first. Now you're past midfield. You got to get this football into the end zone as Lagway's going to look, throw one. He's got Alejandro easy, and the defender just makes an amazing play. And now it's third down. You're going to get the conversion at least, but you got to move this football closer. You got to get something on the board here. Third quarter's winding down. Lagway, first down run. And now another 1st and 10 play action. Lagway's going to roll. He's going to float one. He's got it. And there's Alejandro Easy trying to make up for that drop. He's got it inside the 10-yard line. Goal to go. He's going to float one for an open Alejandro Easy. He's got it to the 2-yard line. Now backed up 3rd and goal. Little route one-on-one on the outside. Tyree Dobbins for the score. Now the 2-point conversion to tie it up. It's a designed rollout, and he's going to have to throw it quickly. If you see him there on the edge, they couldn't pick up the block, and Lagway had to get rid of it before he was ready. It was picked, and now you got 15-13. Second down's going to turn to third down, and Baylor, can they get off the field here? Novosad, blitz sent in, and he's going to throw an incomplete pass. Coverage was good. Baylor, they have a chance to take the lead on the drive. Lagway, he's going to look, and that's going to be a dangerous ball. Intercepted, and now both of these quarterbacks have thrown a crucial pick. Oregon, they got 8 minutes, and they got Max Mon on the ground. Now 3rd down and 5 defense. Can you get off the field here? Outside, that's incomplete. Baylor on offense, they have a chance. Take the lead again. You can't throw another pick. Lagway has been so good at protecting the ball after the first 2 games where he was kind of adjusting. Now it's 2nd down. Lagway rolling. He's got one-on-one. He's going to test it. What an arm. That ball traveled 70 yards. It's a touchdown. And Lagway, a 70-yard bomb. Tyree Dobbins. It's 20-15. Baylor close to a national title appearance, but now Novosad beats the blitz with a first down, and they got 6 minutes to play. Novosad with a rollout. He's got another open man outside, and now these receivers are starting to pick it up as that's Ryan Pelham for the first. Now throwing underneath again, Calcaterra, and now these receivers are really getting involved inside the 30-yard line, and he's gonna get sacked. Never have we needed to force a field goal more than in this moment. 2nd and 14, open man. He's got Calcaterra. Now they're at the 10, goal to go, and Novosad hands it off. Max Mon looking for a lane, looking for a touchdown number 2. He can't get it there inside the 2-yard line. Hand off. Now that's the other running back, and he's gonna get it in. Machado. Baylor now suddenly down again. 2-point conversion for the 3-point lead. Novosad's got it, and a field goal will tie this game. You got 3 minutes. Lagway on 2nd and 11. He's going to get hit as he's thrown. It's 3rd down, and now you're going to have to go to the air once more. He's taking a shot. Dangerous ball, incomplete. You're going to have to punt it away. You got to just trust your defense, and if you can get one stop, maybe you can win the field position game. Get one more try to get this game into overtime as Novosad, he's got the contested ball for the completion. That's Pelham. 2nd down, Max Mon. He's going to get it to 3rd and 7. First down to end the game. Novosad, he's got it, and that's Calcaterra, and Baylor couldn't get the stop, and Oregon is going to kneel this ball out, and Baylor, in heartbreaking fashion, is going to go down in the semifinals, and that is brutal. It was such a tough battle between these two teams. Such a defensive war. Baylor is going home. Oregon is going to a national title. And this was just simply a game that both teams, they were prepared for, they were ready for. Losing Alexander Durant for the second half really hurt this run defense. And both these quarterbacks played a rough game. The pressure got to them. The coverage was great on both sides. Baylor, they looked like they could be Oregon's equal at the very least. And I guess if you want a little bit of a positive, Oregon went on to win the national championship in dominant fashion. So we played a closer game than the national championship runner-ups. If you want something to kind of lean on to maybe give you some hope, you ran into the national champions, you played a close game with them, and, you know, I don't want to make excuses to say, like, oh, if we had Alexander Durant, we would have been able to maybe win that game, or, you know, if a couple of things went our way. Like, we got that far, and, TJ Lagway came to Baylor because he thought he could be the missing piece. He thought he could compete with this team, and he was right. This team made it to the doorstep of a national championship. There's still a lot to be excited about, and I can't act like I'm not proud of what this team did this year. I am proud of the fact that this team had like a 70% conversion rate on fourth down. I'm proud of the fact that after that loss, that second loss to SMU, the team went and ran the rest of the regular season table, won the Big 12, dominated a playoff game. I'm proud of the fact that Josh Beckett, was deemed, I guess, a failure at the quarterback spot. And, he could have easily transferred, went somewhere else, and tried to play quarterback. But he said, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for the team. I'm going to be what they want me to be. And it all culminated in that game against Colorado, where he had a career, a legendary performance. We had the best tight end in the nation, the best DB in the nation. Lagway, 4,500 yards, 39 touchdowns. And I know Josh Beckett had a quarter of his yards in one game, but I mean, 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards. Tank Cherry, Tyree Dobbins, each on 1,000 yards. 900 for Easy, about 900 for Gibbs. Touchdowns are pretty spread out. I mean, this was a dominant group of weapons. Logan Ittersagen, I mean, that's about as good of a nickel corner season as you'll ever see. I mean, he gets sacks, he gets tackles for loss. I mean, to have a corner who's that good of a tackler, who could reasonably just go and play safety if he wanted to, but also be good enough in coverage to get 8 interceptions. I mean, what a player Ittersagen is. It's just unbelievable that he's going to be back for another season, and that's going to be the theme with a lot of players on this team. Back for another season. We're not losing all that much, and there are some things we need to improve on. The offensive line needs to get a little bit better. We got to replace the guys that we do lose, but we are now at a point where 4 years in, steady increase every single year. Now, it's going to be hard to improve on what we did last year, but we have signs to let us know that maybe it's possible, because as we'll get into with the offseason, as you can see real quick, Lagway broke RG3's records for touchdowns and yards, but as you can see, we're only losing 8 players, and that's why the recruiting class has been a little bit later, but we are losing 8 players, 6 starters. Obviously, our quarterback being one of them is massive, but we got our guy potentially for the future who we'll get into. And when it comes to who was drafted, Brendan Bett, first round pick. DJ Lagway, interesting, a third round pick, and I was curious who got drafted ahead of him. Well, he was the third quarterback off the board. First rounder Dylan Raiola was the top quarterback, along with Austin Mack, who was a first rounder, and then Lagway went in the third round. I think you maybe could have argued Lagway could have been a first rounder. He just wasn't high enough overall. This I thought also was really interesting. Joseph Dodds was a player at Baylor to start this dynasty. We let him go, and now all these years later, he wants to come back to us. We're not really interested. The transfer portal doesn't have a lot for us to really be intrigued by. We weren't interested in bringing in a player we willingly let go. So with recruiting, most of the work is already done, and with us only losing 8 players, no transfers, we were really not going to be in a position where we're bringing in a lot of players. That's why the mission this year was, quality over quantity, and we were trying to hit some heavy hitters, home run hitters, and we got a couple of guys, but this wasn't going to be a class where we're bringing in dozens and dozens of people. We were kind of shooting for as close to 20 as possible. We're fine making some cuts and freeing up some space for some guys, but as we just go and quickly show you the recruiting, it's not gonna be a lot. We're kind of maybe trying to fill out some spots left on the roster. We were going after a kicker, because even though our kicker made All-American, I mean, we had our kicking struggles, and it's just a testament to how hard it is to kick in college football, with the fact that we hit 76% of our kicks, and that was an All-American kicker. But we got a new kicker potentially for the future who's got a bigger leg, and on top of that, we did lose out on, some transfer portal players, some guys that were maybe interesting, and we did get a receiver down there at the bottom. I like to at least bring in a receiver or 2 every season. We got the transfer portal receiver who I was really intrigued by. We had a transfer portal safety, so just kind of filling out the roster. But that's the recruiting class, and at any point you can kind of pause when I go over the stats and the overall development for these guys. But this is the full list of players that we got, and it's a pretty nice list. We only got 17 players, but it was good enough for a top 20 class and our first ever 5-star prospect. So let's take a little peek at what we got here. As we got some transfer portal guys at the bottom, but man, I mean, you're gonna get to see some of the players we missed out on too, because I think that's also interesting to see. but I mean, a lot of 4 stars, some really high-level players. Look at a tight end that could potentially be the successor to Tank Cherry. We missed out on some D linemen. We missed out on that 5-star to Texas. We're probably going to be having to run into him. Damian Battles, I'm really excited for. We've got a lot of linemen, though unfortunately the developments aren't great. JoJo Devi looks like he could be a lot of fun for us. I was a little disappointed, though, with the linemen being the developments that they are. But the most important thing is, how about Tyrone Dell? Elite development quarterback, and as we'll get into, I think maybe one of the best quarterbacks that I've ever found in this game. You know, I do plenty of other content where I go through number 1 overall prospects, number 1 overall players, and because of that, Trayvon Cripps isn't going to need to play quarterback. We have no need, but I found a lot of pretty nice quarterbacks, but not many compare to what we have here. So let me introduce you guys to 81 overall, elite development, Tyrone Dell, who's got so much potential, and I don't need to really, drag this out any longer. This is your day 1 starting quarterback. Sorry, James Miley, but that's our guy. And I'll take you through and kind of show you the growth of the other players on this roster. We'll get into the schedule and all the other stuff and wrap things up. But Josh Beckett going to be back for a senior season. We'll see what he can do. Tyree Dobbins maxed out after a 1,000-yard year, and he's looking to go back-to-back as, maybe putting his name into the Baylor record books on an all-time basis for the career cumulative stats. Alejandro Easy, essentially maxed out. He's looking to be really good. Maybe go for 1,000 this year. JD Gibbs, also maxed out. It's kind of disappointing none of these guys are going to hit like that 90 overall echelon, but it's a really nice group. Sean Wade is going to add a element to this offense we have not had and be a just vertical, take the top off the defense type of guy. But Tank Cherry, look at him, and well-deserved for the overall growth. 88 overall and coming off his best tight end award winner. The offensive line is still going to be a little bit of a struggle at the tackle spot, especially. DeMarcus Cook is going to be our starting left tackle. Christian Wooden will be at guard. Now, the interior of the offensive line, I'm pretty okay with. It's the tackles that I'm really concerned about. Dakota Parrish is going to be the captain of this offensive line, the best person on this unit, and I have no issues or worries about him, but it's just kind of the further you go out. Jamal Ezeki, I think technically the highest overall guy, but another guard that's going to be really good for us. So we got 2 good interior players. Then we got Clay Deaton. He started as a true freshman, and he was obviously one of the weak points, and it was going to be obvious with him being a true freshman, but we're going to hope that he can grow a little bit going into his second season. Jaquan Feely is a guy we're going to be seeing a little bit of in his freshman season. Sam Maeva, who's just going to be kind of a rotational designated run stopper. We've seen a bit of him this past season. We're going to see maybe a little bit more of him this upcoming season. Robbie Kane, someone I just absolutely love on this team, kind of one of the more underrated players. He's going to be a little bit better. And Alexander Durant is going to be just captaining and pioneering this defense as the anchor in the middle solely by himself with no more Brendan Bett. Robbie Kane already does play some edge for us, but we're also going to get a rotation of some other guys. Gerald Key coming off his redshirt season. We have Dom Whitaker, who's going to be more of a run-stopping edge for us, and we have a couple of other guys to rotate in. Alex Foster going to be back for his final season. He's the more experienced guy in this group and will get some playing time. And then in the middle, I mean, Sergio Quintana at this point is just a machine and NFL bound, and he's going to tag team with Deontay Shoemaker to be an awesome linebacking duo. I mean, these two guys are going to be phenomenal together. And then Logan Ittersagen, I mean, after the season he had, it's no surprise he takes a massive leap up, and we're going to be seeing him in the NFL one day. Trey Bender is just such a great story for him, moving from wide receiver to corner, and what a success story he has been. And then taking over that spot that LeVar Thornton, we've kind of rotated this other corner spot year after year after year. It's going to be Leon Wilkins' turn. And then a guy I'm super excited for. He's not going to play this season, but I think our long-term answer at that speedy man-to-man corner that I have been looking for, Damian Battles. At safety, it's going to be looking mostly the same with George Casillas back there, as well as Shane Clinton. But this team, like I said, they use 3 safeties. We had Okafor last year, but I think he's going to be kind of passed over for, how about a new guy, Jolie Salem, coming off his red shirt. I think he's going to be ready to be a contributor and allow us to do what we want to do on defense. So let's take a peek at the schedule. It's not going to be a cupcake schedule. Tulsa, Houston, we like to kind of keep a Texas State team in there for our non-conference, but it's going to be a monumental matchup where we're going to be taking on LSU on the road, plus our schedule with Texas, SMU, West Virginia, all these great teams. And we're going to see what this team can do for next season, because we're going to be having most of our guys returning, and then led by a new quarterback in Tyrone Dell. So in the next episode, we will get into the first half of the season, the debut of our freshman quarterback, Tyrone Dell, who I am arguably more excited for than DJ Lagway. And overall, that is going to do it for this video. I know it wasn't the national championship that we had hoped for, but overall, I think it was still a massive success of a season, getting to the semifinals and doing everything that we did. Let me know what you think of how this season unfolded. If it's disappointing that we did not win the national championship, like realistically, what were the realistic expectations for that team? I think we met and exceeded our expectations, but now we're not the underdog team going into the season unranked and finding their way to the playoffs. We're going to be heading into the year as one of the top teams in the nation, and deservedly so, because we're returning most of our players. Expectations this year are higher than ever. What's it going to be for this Baylor team? Will we rise to the expectations and show that we are capable of being a contender? Or will we stumble back down the rankings and kind of fizzle out? You can let me know what you think that this season's going to be for us, and what are your expectations, who you're excited to see. And we're going to see the final season of a couple of really key players for this series. I mean, this is the last time we're going to get to see guys like Tyree Dobbins, Josh Beckett, Logan Ittersog, and Trey Bender, a number of really good guys, Alexander Durant too. It's gonna be their last stand, so you let me know what you think, and very soon I will see you guys all for year 5 of the Baylor Dynasty, and we will have that in the next one.